Hello and welcome. I'm one half of the Refined Gentleman, and today we're jumping right back into the Black Watchmen. I want to get my spy on. We were on Mission 5 Radiation. Where were we? I do apologise, it has been a whole week since we played this game. But we're going to try and get back on it now. Oh, that was it, right, yeah. So I went off and I just read loads of stuff about radiation that night. And stuff about Chernobyl. And, oh man, it's pretty grim. I watched a video about the elephant's foot. That was creepy as hell, man. But coming back to it. Oh, you know, it's middle of the day now. I'm a little bit clearer in mind. I've had some caffeine and ready to go. So, yeah, it gives us an archive number. So, I don't think I made the link last time, alright? Because I've come back to this and I've remembered I had opened up all the tabs that I had last time. Oh, I've not got the ASCII to hex one open up. But I've got the archive one now, so we can just look at this archive number in the archive, right? So it's 8DFJ 9D. So we've got a substance redacted from the list, right? So let's have a look. So let's type this into here. Well, it looks like a B, but it is 8DFJ9D. Search. Okay, it's a PDF. Let's view the file. Radiation list. Aha, this looks much more like it. Zoom in a little bit. So we need to figure out what the redacted thing is. So what's blanked out here. So let's just read a couple of the top ones, right? So 1946 Marshall Islands, that's in the Pacific, I think. US Task Force 1 blast test on local population after exposure at Pacific proving grounds. Yes, in the Pacific. 1949 to 63 Kazakh SSR MCM CCCP blast test on local population over years after exposure at polygon site. So I guess that's Kazakhstan, I guess. USA test on local population at water supply at Hanford site. USA blast test on military personnel during and after exposure at Nevada test site. USA test of information redacted on newborns and pregnant women at University of Iowa. Okay, so that's one of the things that we need to figure out. I guess this is all the same, right? We need to figure out what's redacted here. Australia, UK AEA, various blast tests on local population of military personnel. Marshall Islands, Algeria, USA, Hungary, Chad, Canada, Venezuela. Oh man, nukes all over the world. Various Morpho Medical Clinic. This is interesting then. So Morpho Medical are testing various substances in various clinical trials. So they are involved in nuclear activity. Huh. Okay, so I think we're gonna Google this test of something on newborns and pregnant women at University of Iowa in 1953. Okay, that's what my guess would be, right? So I'm gonna go Google that and come back in just a second. Okay, so here we go. This is trusty Wikipedia. I did find it on another website, but this is obviously just a little bit more concise. Where we're looking, so it was here, yeah? In 1953, the US Atomic Energy Commission ran several studies at the University of Iowa on the health effects of radioactive iodine in newborns and pregnant women. In one study, researchers gave pregnant women from 100 to 200 microcuries of iodine 131 in order to study the women's aborted embryos in an attempt to discover at what stage and to what extent radioactive iodine crosses the placental barrier. In another study, they gave 25 newborn babies who were under 36 hours old and weighed from 5.5 to 8.5 pounds, either by oral administration or through an injection, so they could measure the amount of iodine in the thyroid glands. Okay. So I think it's iodine is going to be the answer, right? Oh no, wait. Awesome. So you could have had the isotope number as well as an answer. Sweet. Well done. Mission 6, clinical trials. A clinic suspected of conducting illegal human experimentation has reopened. Monitor their activity. Huh. Okay. Ready for creepy video?
They were told it would be painless. They were told it was safe. $500 for an afternoon of work. Easy money. No one ever told them about the nature of the experiments. How they planned to cut into them, to leave them scarred, literally and figuratively. Only 4 of the 20...
The Holmesburg clinic has reopened. Past intel suggests the facility was conducting BDNF research on human subjects. Determine if they have resumed clinical trials.
Only 4 of the 20 survived. He is the only one left who hasn't ended it all. Not yet, at least.
Okay, so we need to check out the Rosenberg facility. And check out, see if they're doing some dodgy shit. Which I hope they are. Oh, I love dodgy shit. Alright. New staff. Conduct a background check of the clinic's new doctors. Look for a connection to illegal human experimentation in the case files. Ah, okay. Background reports on Rosenberg Clinic doctors. Archive number XJ99M5. XJ99M5. So we have 3 separate PDFs this time. Background report. Oh, zoomed the wrong one in there. Okay, so what we got? Report prepared by Division 66. Got a reference number, subject info, Christopher Parr. Could be an alias. James Parr, probably not. That's the name of his kids. So he went to high school. Got a degree, Northwest Uni in biology. Got a master's in neuroscience. And a PhD. Good. Served in the military. Honourable discharge in Afghanistan. Was a captain. Okay. Many years experience as a neurologist. No criminal record. Good credit rating. Member of the US Army. Served as a medical officer in Afghanistan. Not under surveillance. Oh, excuse me. So his employment history, started at Pizza Hut, nice, I like it. I like this guy, I'd employ him. University of Chicago. You work for Pfizer. Aren't they dodgy? Aren't Pfizer a bit dodgy? I don't know. No alert. May have separate surveillance intel. Reference. Okay, so he's got a reference number, right? This guy. Hang on, what's the guy's name? Something Parr? Chris Parr. So he's got a reference number down the bottom here. Can we check this in the archive? L... Is that a 1 or an I? LI6 R5L reference. Huh. Okay, so we'll have a look at that in a second. We'll have a look at these, a few more of these, right? So here we go here. We've got Shayna Myrick. PhD in neuroscience. Okay, she didn't get a master's though. Yeah. Gonna look down on that, unfortunately, sorry. Many has experience as a neurosurgeon, no criminal record, good credit rating, never been enlisted in the military, not under any type of sustained surveillance. Man, worked at a pizza place as well. She worked without a permit. Ooh. She a legal immigrant? Shayna Myrick. Where's she from? Doesn't say, does it? Oh, she's Canadian. Canadian citizenship. She worked without a permit though. Oh, in America. Oh, she came to America, worked without a permit. Naughty, naughty. Works as a barista. She's an intern at the uni, hospital. Worked at Rosenberg Clinic. Third of the 6th. So she's what, already working? She's got the same reference. L16 R5L. Disc general. Okay. And then the final one. This is Mario Nathaniel. Canadian, UK. She's got a master's, good, like it. PhD, University of Kent. Advanced research in neurology and cognitive psychology. No criminal record, good credit rating. Has never been enlisted in the military. Is under moderate surveillance by our assets, but no important developments have been noted. So he worked in a prison at the uni. At Bethlehem Royal Hospital. Okay. Head of Neurology Department. Okay, let's see if we can type this reference number into our archive. See what we get. See if it pings anything up. I6 R5L. Okay, we do get something. Let's see what's this. Details of document. Package intercepted at Boston Harbor Hotel on the 3rd of the 7th, 2015 by agents Unmade Man, Inigo and Rhino. Report created by Winston Chandler. Subject SQ792K for unidentified client. Report contains intel of whereabouts of Rosenberg Clinic personnel in aftermath of fire at facility. The following members of staff of the clinic are named. Adam Rosenberg. Yeah. So these are all test subjects, right? Which is interesting because he's Adam Rosenberg, Rosenberg facility, right? Nathaniel Lacoste was found dead near Borcheville, Quebec, Canada. Murder case remains open. Adam Rosenberg, Vanessa Baup, and Maurice McDuff remain missing. Ken Rhodes, May Edwards, and James Neugen were questioned and provided little important intel on the whereabouts of the missing staff. The fire appears to have been chemical in nature and was started back in the clinic facility, possibly in the lab of the Rosenberg himself. Shit, we got another reference here? Oh, we're getting deep into this. Right. SQ792K. Another reference there. Rosenberg Clinic staff report. Oh shit, right, okay, let's March 1st, 2015. At 11:45 a.m. on June 16, 2014, smoke was reported in the corridors of Royal Victoria Hospital in Montreal. The building was evacuated. Emergency response was swift and no injuries were reported at the time. The fire was said to have started within a lab at the Rosenberg Clinic and spread quickly throughout the facility. All 9 members were present on the day of the fire. However, none have since returned to the former site of the clinic. Since the fire, I have been able to track down 4 of the 9 employees. The first was Dr. Lacoste, found dead by the police on the outskirts of Boucherville, QC. The police report indicates she had died of blunt force trauma days before she was found. At this time, her murder case remains open. I tracked 2 of the newer doctors, Ken Rhodes, May Edwards, both of whom still live and work in Montreal. Dr. Rhodes now works as a medical researcher at McGill University. I spoke with him briefly on the phone on November 15th. He claimed to have newly arrived at the Rosenberg Clinic just a few weeks before the fire. Pressing further yielded showed no significant answers, yet Dr. Rhodes seemed open to my questions and concerned with the well-being of his former co-workers. On January 22nd, I met with Dr. Edwards in person at a cafe near Montreal General, the hospital where she now works. After I explained that I had been assigned to gather information about the fire, Dr. Edwards expressed concern for her co-workers and inquired after them. She has stayed in touch with Dr. Rhodes, explaining to me that they had both started at the clinic at the same time and were both recent immigrants to Montreal before starting with Dr. Rosenberg. Dr. Rhodes was working with MedStar Washington Hospital Center in Washington, D.C., and Dr. Edwards at Legacy Good Samaritan Medical Center in Portland. Or, when asked about the events on June 16th, Dr. Edwards described a scene of both panic and quick response. According to Dr. Edwards, the fire started in the main laboratory and quickly spread to the offices and other facilities. The aides reacted quickly, first helping the patients in the lab and the waiting area before returning to ensure the safety of the doctors. When pressed for details, Dr. Edwards said did she not see much of what happened next due to the thick black smoke. Once outside of the clinic, medical personnel helped her. Besides Dr. Rhodes, she has not seen or heard from any of the staff since. I left Dr. Edwards with my contact information. Should she remember any further details, she has not yet contacted me. More recently, I was able to track down a 4th member of the staff, James Neugen, in Albany, New York. Neugen was a medical assistant at the clinic and one of the aides to Dr. Edwards. And one of the aides Dr. Edwards witnessed helping the patients during the fire. On February 21st, I was able to interview Neugen about the incident at a bar in downtown Albany. He was cautious about my questioning in the beginning, but relaxed eventually. He told me that he had been working at Rosenberg for only a month before the fire, and that he did not know much about the research being performed at the clinic. He worked mainly in the front office and reception area, and dealt more with the patients than the doctors themselves. On the morning of the fire, he was at the front desk when he first saw the smoke. He re-encountered seeing another assistant run out of the lab, one of the labs immediately, followed by Dr. Rosenberg. He then told the patients in the waiting area to flee and helped one of them out of the doors of the clinic to emergency personnel outside. Returning back into the building to help others, Neugen says he only saw a wall of black smoke. Calling out, he found Dr. McDuff and quickly brought her to safety. He attempted to re-enter the facility again, but by this time the fire had spread and he remained outside. When asked about this quick response, he quickly brushed me off, saying he simply did what he could. According to the 2 first-hand accounts, the fire began in the back of the clinic, likely in the laboratory of Dr. Rosenberg. The black smoke suggests that the fire was chemical in origin. The quick response of the clinic staff suggests they may have been prepared for the possibility of a fire beforehand. Research into the fire procedures of Royal Victoria Hospital and similar facilities suggests this is standard practice due to the flammable nature of the research materials and the medical supplies. However, the media reports of the incident mention only limited amount of smoke from an overheated piece of lab equipment. I contacted the Royal Victoria Hospital administration regarding the discrepancy and received a curt response claiming there had been a mistake in the press release. There were no reports of injury during the fire. None of the clinic's patients seemed to be harmed in the incident. The members of the clinic staff I were able to locate were all new arrivals and none of the core researchers have surfaced. The whereabouts of Dr. Rosenberg are similarly unknown at this time. Shit. Right, okay. So I didn't write down the name of the other doctors, and I probably should because I'm going to forget this. I'll search their case files and look for something that connects them to good old human experimentation. I mean, which was the one that I said had a dodgy thing going on? Someone had worked in a dodgy place, hadn't they? That I thought was dodgy. Pfizer. I'm sure these are going to be like just like some American company that I've not heard of. Pfizer, pharmaceutical company. Well, I'm not in the business of accusing big companies to be conducting human experimentation, so let's not go down that route. And I hope that's not the right answer. So that's not right. So, I mean, he's a neurologist, right? Just a neurologist there. He's a surgeon there. I was just checking. We have to enter an actual archive number into the search. I mean, this dude's the head of neurology, right? And he's under surveillance. So are we assuming that it's this guy? Huh. Okay, we need a code. Do a background check of the clinic's new doctors. Look for a connection to illegal human experimentation in the case files. Oh, is that last code that we got the answer, do you think? Nope. Alright. Honestly, right? What just happened then? Just for a second, someone knocked my door. I opened it. There's a man there with a package, and just for a minute, I hoped that it was going to be the answer to the problem, but it wasn't. It was for somebody else. Never mind. Right, back to the problem. Okay, so maybe not Pfizer, but maybe something else. So in the 80s and 90s. I'm looking. So the I don't think the American military had nuclear tests in 2001, 2004. I don't think that's likely, right? She worked at different hospitals. Mount Sinai Hospital in Canada. And Holmesburg Prison. So I mean, this is kind of interesting, isn't it? That he worked in a prison. I mean, out of all of the ones that are on the list, a prison kind of stands out. So should we Google Holmesburg Prison? Holy shit. I think we found the motherlode, guys. Holmesburg Prison. Holmesburg Prison is part of the City of Philadelphia prison system. Built in 1896 and in continuous use until 1995, the facility is located at 8215 Torresdale Avenue in the Holmesburg section of Philadelphia. It was the site of a controversial, decades-long dermatological, pharmaceutical and biochemical weapons research projects involving testing on inmates. The prison is also notable for several major riots in the early 70s. Holy shit, man. So, I think we found what it is. Holmesburg Prison, right? So that's what it is. We're looking for the thing, right? Holmesburg Prison. So it was the third guy. It's that Mario Nathaniel guy. He worked at a prison. So let's. I think. Yeah, Holmesburg Prison it is. God damn. This game's getting deep on me now. It's part 2 then. Current activity. Surveillance team uncovered the following shredded document from the clinic. Obtain experiment ID. Oh. Okay, this is going to be another Photoshop jobby. Okay, so I've photoshopped this bit up here, and it's 665xx8. I've got a feeling like this is not going to be the answer, right? And I'm going to have to do this again with the whole thing. Oh, by the way, if you're wondering why my resolution is so crazy, I just thought it would be it'd be clearer to see things on the screen, but I don't think of the fact that like it looked ridiculous. So I'll sort that out for the next video. But I don't think this is the answer. But we're going to try it though. C65xx8. I've got a feeling like 665-xx8. Oh no, it is right. Okay. Cool. I thought that the x had been redacted or something. We'd have to do it with the rest of the document to find it. But that's cool. Okay, and let's go for final mission. Bugged. Additional intel needed on clinic. Plant bugs and signal devices on various floors in Dr. Nathaniel's office to get a clear signal. Holy shit. Communication from surveillance team. Archive call number 814. Oh no, I've lost my pen. What a bad spy am I. Oh Jesus Christ. The game's up, guys. I've been rumbled. The hell's my pen gone? Man, that's like ridiculously inconvenient. I think it was when I got up to recover my package. Oh no, I put it in my pocket. Oh, who'd have thought it? So what we got down here? Right, 814 82A. I'm writing that down because we've got something else to look at. Evidence files. Infiltration.blackwatchman.com/Rosenberg. Holy shit. Rosenberg. I know I spelled that right the first time. Alright, okay, so So let's go back to the archive and type in 81482A. I keep doing some capitals, I don't think I need to. Yeah. Okay. Message to Division 79 agents. Monitoring this dude. Dispatch is requesting additional surveillance of target workplace. My surveillance team is standing by waiting for orders. You do the easy work. You find the right place to put the sound equipment, check the signal, we'll take care of the rest. The office is protected by security guards and motion sensitive alarm system. The alarm is easily disabled, but it would be best to avoid engaging the guards. Security is reduced when the office is closed. I suggest we go in then. That might be hard to understand from behind a desk, but the safety of my team is first priority. Our team can disable the alarm quickly, but to avoid being noticed, it's better we don't engage the guards. A couple of dead guards would raise too many questions. All 3 devices have to be placed in the office on multiple floors before we get a signal. Pay attention to this. The first microphone must be placed in close proximity to the desk. The other 2 have to be placed next to any possible sources of interference or background noise. Alright, check every floor for these noise sources. This process will be used to eliminate any unwanted noise from the signal. See the diagram. So we've got background noise, put a reference mic, proximity mic. Cool. Diagram B. So, unwanted noise, desired sound. Okay, cool, yeah, right. This is the phone number. 51461222495. Call the number to test the signal. You must achieve the correct balance proximity. Get out there. Right. Cool. Cool. Let's go, let's do this.
Agent, I'm not sure whether sending my team into crowded office is your idea of exciting. But we are going to pull back and wait for a better time to redeploy. Keep up the good work, Agent.
Operation suspended. The surveillance team has temporarily suspended their operation at the Rosenberg Clinic. Try again once the office is closed. Maybe I have to try it at a different time of day, do you think? Huh. Very interesting. So there's a link here. So let's go to the Rosenberg Clinic. Opening hours. So yeah, the guy said in the brief that we need to do it when it's closed, right? Well, opening hours. So today is Wednesday, so they close at 5 o'clock. Well, it's 9 to 5, Monday to Friday. It's cool. But yeah, they close at 5 o'clock PM. It's 12 now, so I need to come back in 5 hours. That's probably a good place to wrap up the video. So we'll come back in 5 hours to play some mics. This is incredible. Okay, guys. Right. Well, see you later.
They were the talk of the town, and when the band was playing, that hesitation you could hear her saying, that some sensation, and the people would say.